Hi guys, Miss Kessel here. I am out visiting my friend Mary in Ireland. She lives in the Castle Grove area, and she has taken on a really great new hobby that I decided to video for you. She is learning how to be a beekeeper. So I videoed her and her experiences and what she's learned so far so I could show it to you. All right, I'm back and I made it out to the beehive. As you can see, I have protective gear on for safety so I don't get stung. Go ahead and look at my friend Mary and you'll see her full suited.
Since you're a little bit taller than me, maybe you could do this. This is a smoker you use when inspecting the hives or opening up a hive. It's a common tool used by beekeepers. And what you do is you take strips of paper and you put it in and you light those up. And then once that's really roaring, you put this this sort of thing on top. So it just smokes and smokes and smokes. You just want them to get the smoke. You don't want to set them on fire.
Okay.
And look at all that smoke.
All right, now we're going to learn about the different parts of the hive. Who lives in that part of the hive, what the section is called, and how it helps the bee colonies function. So here we go. Here's Mary, and can you talk about the bottom part of the hive?
So this is the actual hive. This section here, right above, right below this. So this is where the bees live, the worker bees, the male bees, and the queen bee. That's where the queen lays all of her eggs. That's where the new bees are raised, and that's where most of the activity of the hive goes on, right in there. Then this is the frame.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to
Okay.
quiz these kids. Okay, so the bottom part of the hives, what is it called? I just said it. Right, it's called the hive. All right, and who lives in it? We'll see if you're right. All right, so now the next part.
This is called a queen excluder right here, and it looks like this. You put this in so that the queen bee can't get up to the next level, which is called a super. This will keep her down on the bottom where you want all her eggs to go. This next section is called a super, and that's where the worker bees put all their honey stores.
Okay, what's this top section called? And then who works in the next section? Okay, now what is this part up here?
This is just the lid. That's it. Nobody lives in there. Not much happens.
All right, so they have to top it off with something. They've got a lid. And then the very front, I hope I can see this. That's their front door, just like you have a front door at your house. Okay, next you're going to be looking at some videos of Mary checking her beehives to see how well they're producing and surviving in their beehives.
This is a crown. This is a queen excluder. So you put this on so that the queen can't get into the super because you just want honey in that. You want her eggs and everything else to stay down in here. Now they're very docile, aren't they? They're not excited or agitated. So that's actually a really good sign. Usually these frames on the edges will contain either nothing or honey. It looks like this contains honey. I bet this is really heavy too. I'm gonna pull this one out so we have a little bit of room to work with. Actually, maybe I'll pull the one at the back because this one's broken. I don't want to deal with that today. But you do hear some you hear that high-pitched buzzing?
Yeah.
That's sort of a sign that there's some agitation going on, I think. This probably has nothing going on it, this frame. Yeah, there's nothing really happening there. So I'm just gonna put it over here. Oh, and it looks like that's all honey. That's capped honey. See, you know, these guys are all... It's pretty full. And let's lift it and see how heavy it is. Then we can really know something about what's going on here. It seems really heavy. Oh, try to lift it.
Separate? You have to.
Oh, look. Oh, my God. This is brood. All that cap stuff, that's worker brood. So that means they capped those cells that they fed with royal jelly for, I think, 2 to 3 days. I might be wrong on that. They fed them for a few days, and now they're waiting for them, and they won't. Those will be new workers. So this
Also, those
is
they all laid
excellent.
eggs. That's laying eggs.
But only the queen lays eggs. Well,
But she did all that?
she laid all those eggs, and then they built them up. They fed the larvae, and
That's a great
this is-
there is a queen in there.
there has to be, because last time I was here, there was no queen, there was no brood, there was no larva.
Fantastic.
Yes, this is a good thing. Can you put some smoke over here? So this is good.
Maybe just keep those types of bees.
Yeah, I know. And if you look closely in here, I can't really point to it, but right at the top of the brood, right in here, there's larvae.
What is he doing?
I think he's feeding a young larva. I think that's what he's doing. That's capped honey on the edges there. Usually at the edges of the frames is where they store their honey in the main hive. And then those are worker brood. So that's bees that are about to pop out of there and become the new workers.
What is that?
Larva. So they go from egg to larva to capped brood and then to bees. New workers. Or they're either queen cells that hatched, or the one virgin queen may have come and stung them and killed them. You see those kind of bigger ones?
What are the bumps?
That's drone brood. So they're making drones in those. But you can really see the larvae too, can't you?
Yeah, this is a really productive.
So the male bees are bigger. So the workers decide when they want to create drones, and they make a bigger cell for the queen to lay an unfertilized egg in. Those are drones hatching out of their cells. Isn't that cool? There's larvae again. Yeah. More larvae. Keep the queen from going up into the super, because you just want to keep honey in the super. So it's made so that it's too narrow for the queen to get through, laying eggs and creating brood and all sorts of stuff.
So that's for the honey.
So this is just for honey.
All right, kids. Well, that's the end of that adventure. Remember, be excellent and never stop learning.